Welcome. Today we are talking about a place long ago in Egypt. Imagine a land in Africa with hot, sandy deserts. This place was next to a very big river called the Nile. The Nile River was long and full of life. It gave water for farms and people to drink. This river was very important. Now, let's learn more about it.
The Nile was the heart of Egypt. It helped small tribes to start growing food and live together. When the river flooded, it made the soil rich. People could plant many vegetables and wheat. They also caught fish and found birds to eat near the river. Life around the Nile was busy and full.
Powerful leaders helped these tribes work better together. They organized everything. When the Nile flooded, it was a happy time because it meant good soil for farming. This made the people of Egypt grow and have more food. Because of the leaders in the Nile, Egypt became strong. It was a time of prosperity.
The leaders played a big role in the success of Egypt. They made sure the river's gifts were used well. This prosperity was thanks to the regular flooding of the Nile. It was like a natural clock that kept everything working smoothly for the people of ancient Egypt, helping them grow rich and powerful.
Now, let's talk about how the Nile was used. This river was like a road for the people. Boats carried goods and people up and down. They traded with others. Also, clay from the river was used to build their homes. They made bricks and other tools. The Nile helped move heavy stones to build temples and pyramids. It was not just a river, but a busy path for many things.
Yes, and cities like Memphis and Thebes were very big and full of life. Many people lived there. The pharaoh, who was the king, lived in these cities. He was very powerful and also seen as a god. He led the people and made decisions. Life in the cities was busy with people working, trading, and building.
Daily life in Egypt was interesting. People fished in the river and grew food. They planted wheat and many vegetables. They also raised animals like cows, goats, and sheep. Cows gave milk and meat. This made their life full and rich. Many families worked together in the fields. Farming was hard but important for them.
The Nile helped them in many ways. They used it to take animals and goods to far places. People also learned about new places and things when they traveled. Some animals were kept for milk and wool. The river was not just for water, it was key to their trades and travels. Egypt grew strong with the help of the Nile.
Let us begin with the story of Tutankhamun, often called King Tut. He was born long ago in 1343 BC. His father was a powerful pharaoh named Amenhotep. His mother was likely Nefertiti, one of the wives of Amenhotep. We imagine Tut's life began in the great city called Amarna. This was where he enjoyed his early years with family.
Amenhotep, Tut's father, brought big changes to Egypt. He changed the country's religion, making the sun god Amun-Ra the most important of all. Many new temples were built for this god. The people had to now worship the sun god alone. Living in the palace, Tut's family enjoyed great luxury. They ate fine foods like figs and pomegranates. Each day, servants helped them in many ways.
The palace where Tut grew up was beautiful and large. It had solid brick walls and was painted with bright colors. Tut learned to read and write there. He used papyrus, a type of paper made from the Nile, for writing. They used pictures called hieroglyphs instead of our kind of alphabet. These pictures made their writing special, and it took time to learn all of them.
Tut was young, but his life was full of learning and activities. Even as a child, he learned many things of the world around him. Besides reading and writing, he probably learned about history and religion. His life was full of the culture and traditions of ancient Egypt. This knowledge was important for his future, as he was meant to become a great leader, just like his father before him.
After Tut's father, Amenhotep, passed away, Tut became the new leader of Egypt at a young age. Even though he was a boy, he had important things to wear. He wore a special crown that all pharaohs use. This crown showed he was the king. Tut also had a fake beard, which was another sign of being a ruler. These things made him look like a pharaoh.
The people who really helped Tut were his father's chief minister, called vizier, and a top general. They helped run the country for Tut because he was too young. But there were problems. Some people did not like Tut's father's changes in religion. They liked the old ways better. So, some people think there might have been plans to change things back to how they were before.
There are stories about plots against Tut. These stories say some wanted the old religion back. Maybe they thought Tut's rule was in the way of their plans. People wonder if this led to his early death. We do not know the full truth, but it makes for an interesting mystery. The young king's sudden end raises many questions even today.
His early death is one of the great mysteries of Egypt. Did someone plan his downfall? Was it just a sad accident? Historians have asked these questions for many years. There are theories, but not many facts to solve the puzzle. Tut's short life and sudden death capture our curiosity and keep the story of his reign alive.
Tut died very young, and this has always been a big question. Some say it was not just a sad accident. People living in his time had many different ideas about what happened. Maybe he was in danger because of changes his father made before. All those changes upset some people, which makes some think they might have done something to end Tut's rule.
It is indeed a mystery that still fascinates many. Historians wonder if people close to Tut wanted him gone. The chief minister or top general might have had plans. These thoughts make people curious. Everyone asks who could have wanted Tut out of power. This event is part of the many mysteries of Egypt, staying with us through the ages.
After Tut died, an important process began. His body was mummified, which means it was made ready for the afterlife. The Egyptians believed that this was very important for the pharaohs. Then his body was put in a coffin. There was a special parade to the Nile River. Many people, including family and servants, walked with him. They carried many things Tut would need in the afterlife.
Yes, the Egyptians had many beliefs about life after death. They thought the pharaohs like Tut would travel through the underworld. They had to know special words from the Book of the Dead. This would help them find their way to a good place in the afterlife. In the tomb, they put many items, so Tut would have them in the next life. This included food, fun toys, and more.
The journey to the Grand Pyramids was very important. Once there, Tut was laid to rest with his father and other pharaohs. It is interesting how the biggest pyramids were built 1,000 years before Tut. Even with this age, they had traps to keep out thieves. Just like in adventure movies, these traps were meant to guard against robbers wanting the treasures inside.
When Tut's tomb was found, it had many amazing things. There were gold, jewelry, and many of his toys and tools. These were supposed to go with him in the afterlife. Similar things were in other pharaohs' tombs too. But over time, many tombs got robbed. Tut's tomb had many treasures, so it gives us ideas about what Egyptians thought was needed in life after death. Please like this podcast if you enjoyed our story. Write a comment and let us know your thoughts. To get full text transcripts and support us, you can join our YouTube channel. Your support helps us make more interesting podcasts. Thank you for listening, and we hope to see you next time on our journey through history.